I'm right here. But
I wanted to do like a ASMR tutorial. I have these shirts. Don't mind my floor either. I'm like putting stuff up, so I'm gonna vacuum when I'm done. But I got these shirts and stuff from Goodwill, and I wanted to turn them into a dress. And I just made this one right here, and I posted it on Snapchat and stuff. And everyone's like, make a tutorial in ASMR, because I was telling people like, hey, you know, somebody already has a tutorial like this. They're like, we want you to make one though. We want you to make one in ASMR. So I'm like, okay. But this is how it turned out. I'll insert a video of like what it looks like on me. But the only thing you really gonna need is like some t-shirts, like some big t-shirts, nothing small, because you know you want this to be a dress. So I just get like an XL, a 1X, 2X, like that. This one is I don't know, I'm not even, oh, it's 1X. So this is a extra large, and then this one is the extra large as well. So I'm gonna do this one first, just because I'm doing white thread and I love Pikachu, and this is like so cute. I don't know why somebody would give this away to Goodwill. I would have found something to do with it before I gave it away. But what you're gonna need, you need the shirts, you need some scissors, and you need pins, like pins so you can pin it together, like so you can pin together the shirts like that. And then you need like a little sewing machine or needle and thread so you can sew it together. But y'all know I got a sewing machine, and the way I got my camera set up right now, I'm not about to readjust it. So you'll see my sewing machine when I get to that part. So the first thing you are going to want to do is flatten your shirt out. Let me take this Hot Topic sticker off. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is flatten your shirt out like that. Okay, and then let's see. I just want you to be able to see the sleeves right now. This is actually loose. Okay, so I actually got a little too close, but that's fine. I'll just do that. I'm figuring it out, y'all. This is like my first time making a video with like the camera facing backwards instead of like, you know, selfie mode. So, and I have it like literally set up. I have a selfie stick. I have my trash can's clean, but I don't have anything in it. But I got my selfie stick in my trash can, and then I got bags, like some bags with like some hair stuff in it in the trash can, so my selfie stick won't fall out. But this is a pretty decent angle for what I'm about to show y'all I'm doing. So literally the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna cut the sleeves off. Literally, you're just cutting the sleeves off. That's it. So it's really no method to me doing that. I'm just simply cutting the sleeves off. Alright, so that's one sleeve, and then we're gonna cut that one off. And I'm left-handed, so it's always odd cutting for me. Okay, now you're going to cut across the top. So I want mine to be long, like as long as possible, because I got long legs. So when I say as long as possible, I know with an extra large shirt, it doesn't come down to my knees, it comes like to my thighs kind of. So this is going to be the top, and I don't want to cut like directly right here because I want an extra inch up. So I'm literally going to cut straight across here. Okay, and then it doesn't have to be perfect. Like how it has this, like, I don't know if you can tell how this is kind of jagged, but that's okay. And then you're going to cut the bottom, like the bottom hem. Let me bring it up so you can see. But this like bottom hem right here, just that, you're gonna cut that off. So literally just, I'm gonna bring it up some so y'all can see you cut that too. So you take your scissors and then you cut the bottom hem off like that. Okay, and then that's gone. So you take that to the side too. Now, I forgot to tell y'all what this shower's gonna need. You really don't need it. You can cut, literally just cut along the sides like this. But if you don't know what seam allowance is, so when you're sewing a seam along it, so you need seam allowance. So you just need like an inch extra room for you to like have room to sew, because let's just say I want my dress to literally stop right here. If I'm trying to sew right here, my dress is probably going to stop right here on the side. So you just want an extra inch off. But what I do is I have a dress. So what I do is I get a dress, just like a dress that I like the way it fits me. This is like that. And then I face it forward. Oh, that's backwards. I face it forward. And then I just overlap it on the dress so I can have a general idea of how to cut it out. So I want all my Pikachus, and you see how that's kind of out. So what I'm going to do is actually just I'm gonna use this of course as my little guide, because I'm gonna cut like my waist part right here is gonna go in. You see how that kind of comes out, but you can't see that. But you know how like the waist part comes in and then the hip part comes out? So that's how I'm gonna cut it. And just use that as kind of like a guide. But I'm not cutting like exactly on it, like exactly like right next to it. I'm taking literally like an inch out, and I'm probably gonna end up cutting like that. But you're gonna see how I'm cutting this, okay? I can't back the camera up anymore so you can see like how far I'm cutting, but I'm cutting all the way down. So you take your scissors again and literally just cut like that on both sides. This side too, you're gonna cut like that. Okay, so, and it's always difficult for me to cut on this side, just simply because I'm left-handed. Okay, we got that one gone. same thing on this side, but I'm starting from the bottom, so you really can't see. You can see the light from my sewing machine from right here, but the bottom is right here, so you'll see when I get up there. Hold on. Okay, so now that we have that out the way, you can take that off, and this is what like my dress is gonna look like in the front, like that. So now that you have your pieces like this, you're gonna turn them inside out. So this is how your dress is gonna look, but you want to turn it inside out. So you're gonna take the front part and flip it, and the back part and flip it, so that they're insides, like the insides are facing out. Because you don't want to sew on the side that you want visible. You want to sew on the side that's not visible. So then you're going to line it up. And you remember when I told you was going to need these little pins right here? You're just going to pin the dress together on the side. So literally take the dress at the top. You're going to connect the two ends like this. Excuse my nails too, y'all. I've been trying to take them off, but they hurt when I try to take them off. But when you connect them like that, you're just gonna take one of your sewing pins, and then you're just gonna connect it together like that. And you're gonna do that on both sides, just the sides. You're not gonna do it on like the neck part or the leg part. You just sewing the sides that you cut. So literally take that and sew it. Well, not sew it yet, but pin it all the way down the side. And you can skip ahead if you already know like about pinning, or you know, some people just like visual ASMR and this might trigger them, so that's why I'm showing y'all how I pin it on camera. Picked up a little here. Okay, so I have this side pinned together. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Literally, I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pins. Let me put it sideways so you can see. I have 5 pins just to pin it together, and this is just gonna hold it in place until I actually want to sew. So you're gonna do this side, and then you're gonna do this side on this side. So I have my pins. And of course you put the ends together again. You just line them up like that. Like this, that end and that end. And then you just pin them together. Like this. Ouch. And be careful not to poke yourself like I just did, because that didn't feel good. And I think I only have 3 pins out, but I have some more in my bucket. bracelet too. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pin this in. And then I'm gonna just put one right here in the middle of that one in the end. Okay, so now that we are done with actually pinning, now we're ready to sew. So, sewing it, literally, you just gonna sew the sides. That's it. You're gonna sew along the edges like that. Now, if you didn't use a dress, then you can literally sew straight down in a straight down line. But if you use like a template, like a dress like I did, then you know you're gonna sew along the edges. Like this part you probably can't see, but this part is like have a curve, so I'm not gonna sew straight. I'm gonna sew in the little curve that is right there, and I'm gonna do the same for that side. So I'm about to set my camera up so I can show y'all exactly how I'm sewing it. So hang on, give me 1 second. So this is my little sewing machine. It's nothing extraordinarily special. I actually bought it at a pawn shop for like $40. It gets the job done for me, and especially if I'm doing something really simple like just sewing a straight line, you know what I'm saying, just sewing like a simple line, nothing too complicated. And then you know I have the little foot, my little foot pedal thing, that's what makes it go. And then my light, so I have white thread on it. I used white thread on that Jurassic Park one that I made, and it was a black shirt. So you can see the white thread, but I mean it's not that big of a deal to me. I kind of like that look, how it looks like. I don't want to say unprofessional, but it doesn't look like so uniform, you know what I'm saying? But with this one, since I have a white Pikachu shirt, then I'm gonna keep my white thread. But basically you just line, you know how to use the sewing machine. I can't sit here and explain to you how to use the sewing machine because you might have a different one from me, but literally you're just going to sew it in a straight line. And hang on. Okay, so we're done with one side, and then you finna take it and I do the other side. Okay, so you get it. You didn't want this to be showing on the outside, so when you turn it inside out, you're not gonna see that. Like all of this, you're not gonna see none of that. And with this, same thing. You literally just sewing up the way down. Excuse me, I have hiccups. So my thread had kind of got messed up, but I'm gonna fix it on camera because I'm sure that might give some of y'all tingles too. But I'm literally only just rethreading it into what I had to do with that, and then I can start back because I hadn't really even started sewing this side yet. I had just took the pin out. Now that I'm done with that, you just make sure you know that it's sewn up the way that you want it, and it looks fine to me. This actually looks perfect. This actually looks like it came out better than my first one, so I'm glad, because usually, you know, when you get on camera, that's when everything decided want to mess up. So literally, you know, when you're done, you got this long string, you just cut it. And I think I had one on the other side too. It's just from when you start and stop the sewing machine, that's all. Like when you start it, then you're gonna have extra, and then like when you stop it, you know, when you're pulling all of the extra string, the extra thread, then it's gonna have some. So for the most part, I'm basically done. Let me set the camera up to where y'all can see me actually play with it. Hold on. So I'm just gonna edit this part in there. On the side when you put it on, since it's white, you can see this extra fabric. So at the end I said that I was going to show y'all how to cut it, but I'm just going to edit it into the middle of the video. So literally what you're going to do is this is where you sewed at, and this is the extra fabric. You're going to cut that away, but you don't want to cut very close to where you sewed at. You probably want to cut like right here, like half that, like the halfway point of this. So you're just gonna cut that in a straight line all the way down till you get to the end. And of course you're doing this inside out. So let me see if I can get that on camera. So you just cutting that extra stuff. And if you need to do one flap at a time instead of like overlapping them and cutting like both flaps at the same time, like cutting this and this at the same time, because you see how this one comes out further than this one. So if you need to just cut one at a time, you can, but I'm just gonna try to cut two. Just as long as you don't cut close to where you sewed at, then you should be fine. Because if you cut close to where you sewed at, then it's gonna like destroy your work. It's gonna make it fall apart. I can't do it holding it. I gotta have it sitting down. And I'm doing mine one flap at a time now. Just because I want to be super careful and not cut my actual work. But if you got like a black shirt or something like that, then you really don't have to worry about this step. But because mine is white and it's kind of see-through, like at the end you're gonna be able to see what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna show y'all pictures with it on, with that cut off too. Alright, so now that I have that cut, I'm gonna put it back on and show y'all like what it looks like when it's cut off compared to at the end what it looks like when you have all that extra fabric. So hang on.
See, now that looks a little better. Well, it looks a lot better than how it looks in the end, but just stay tuned so you can get like a full like view of it.
Hey y'all, it's me. Did y'all miss my face? I need to go get my nails done, but yeah. But I don't know if I just want to get a nail repair or just get a whole new set. But I was trying to take the rest of them off today, but they hurt because I had already got a nail repair, so they're not gonna come off just like ASAP, but it'll be okay. But back to the dress, y'all. I still have it inside out. You know, I haven't done anything extra to it. I got a little extra, what's it called? Extra thread that I just cut off. But anyway, so you know with t-shirts, I ain't want it to be plain at the top. So I'm just literally gonna pull this so it rolls, so it has that little roll effect. Like, you see how it looks rolled up now, kinda? Like it looks rolled. So I'm just gonna pull all the way around like that. I'm gonna do the same to the bottom, and it's still inside out now. I haven't turned it right side yet. You just pull. Don't pull your work apart though. Like, don't pull the thread. Like, when you get to this part where you actually sewed it, when you get to this part and you want to pull, just hold right here and pull. and then hold right here and pull. Or you can just hold both sides where you sewed and pull like that. Yeah. And then after you do that, then you can turn it inside out. And when you turn it inside out, that's what it should look like. A little tube just like this. So I'm finna try this one on and show y'all what it looked like. Cause I love this one. I like this one. This was like the first shirt I picked up in the Goodwill, and I was excited about this one. So hang on one sec. I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like. Okay. Okay. So this is how it came out. I actually love it. So you see how that has extra. All you have to do is literally cut that extra fabric away, like when it's inside out. And I'll show y'all how I did that too. But overall, y'all, I am in love. Ooh, look at me. Look at me. They won't want to catch me. They don't want to catch me. Ooh, I love it. I hope y'all like have fun with it. Go to your boyfriend's house and take some of his shirts and do this. It'll be fun, for real. I am in love. It's very simple. It's gonna be perfect once I cut all of that extra fabric off. But other than that, I love it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video too, and I hope it was as ASMR as possible. My granddad is actually in the living room right now watching a movie. That's my baby. So I don't even want to bother him. I'm like mad that he has the volume up. But I'll see y'all in my next video. Make more requests if y'all like stuff like this, because I literally make clothes all the time. Yeah, this is like my first time making a tutorial like this.